how to use the Christmas spirit to make her keep thinking about you. Do you know what makes Christmas so special? It transforms everything around you. Lights shining everywhere, music that sounds like it came out of a movie, and, of course, everyone becomes more open and relaxed. It's the perfect setting for you to get closer to her without seeming forced. After all, who can resist that magical vibe? It doesn't matter if you already know each other or if you're in the initial flirting stage. Using the Christmas atmosphere to your advantage is the secret to making everything light and memorable. The season already creates the magic. You just need to play the game. Imagine this. You invite that girl for a walk through the decorated streets. Lights everywhere, carefree laughter, and you telling funny childhood stories. Suddenly, you suggest hot chocolate at a cozy cafe. Done. You've created a simple moment that leaves a mark. Not because it was expensive or super elaborate, but because it was authentic and engaging. Details like this have an incredible power to make her think, this guy really knows how to enjoy the moment. That's what creates a connection. Or how about a Christmas movie marathon, a Home Alone of the Grinch, and you can even throw in an ironic comment. See, I promise I won't disappear like Kevin. It's fun, creates great memories, and shows that you know how to value the simple things. And listen, women love guys who can turn a basic plan into something special. It's not about spending a fortune, but about being creative and knowing how to use what Christmas already offers. Because, in the end, what matters isn't the date, but who's there with her at that moment. So, use Christmas magic as your ally. The environment has a huge influence on people's moods and emotions. Details like the right lighting, the right place, and good conversation can turn a date into something unforgettable. And here's the key. A combination of lightness, humor, and that discreet charm. When she walks by the city lights again, you can bet she'll think of you. And in that moment, my friend, you're already halfway there. Small surprises have an almost magical effect on a woman's mind because they show that you notice things other guys overlook. And during Christmas, which is already an emotional time, these gestures have an even bigger impact. But wait, I'm not talking about expensive gifts or grand declarations of love. Sometimes a simple chocolate or a handwritten card means more than any shopping mall gift. It's the thought behind the gesture that truly impresses. A practical example. You find out she loves that winter-spiced coffee. At your next meeting, you show up with a cup in your hand and a short note. I thought of you when I passed by the coffee shop. Here's your favorite. Simple, direct, and on point. What does this say? That you pay attention to the small details, and that she's not just another one. This kind of gesture tugs at her emotions and makes you stand out as the guy who really gets who she is. Trust me, this carries more weight than you think. Now, want something different from the usual? Everyone gives flowers. So, how about a Christmas ornament with something symbolic between you two? Or even a playlist with Christmas songs mixed with the one she loves, along with a message. I've set up the perfect vibe for you to enjoy your day. Gestures like this break the routine and prove that you're creative, attentive, and authentic. Surprising a woman isn't about exaggerated effort. It's about hitting the right detail at the perfect moment. And here's the main point. What really matters is the emotion the gesture sparks, not its cost. Christmas is the ideal time to show that you're creative and attentive without seeming like you're trying too hard. When she realizes that you can surprise her with simple but genuine things, something will happen. She'll start to wonder, what else can he do? And that curiosity, my friend, is the first step to occupying her thoughts all the time. Do you know why stories work so well? Because they go straight to the emotions and create deep connections without you having to try too hard. And Christmas, my friend, is the perfect setting to open up your heart and share those memories that even make you laugh alone. The trick here is to be authentic and show a more down-to-earth side, vulnerable, but without overdoing the drama. This creates a real exchange, and women value men who know how to be genuine. Believe me, she'll see you in a whole new light after this. Want an example? Picture yourself telling her about the Christmas when your brother opened your present thinking it was his. Man, it was chaos, but today we laugh about it every year. My brother never got over the trauma. A simple, funny story that leaves room for her to say, wow, once I That's how you bring up her memories, too. An exchange like this breaks any barrier and brings you closer. Suddenly, the conversation stops being shallow and starts having that taste of true connection. Another important detail. Christmas is a chance to talk about values that really matter to you. Something like, for me, this season has always meant being close to the people who truly matter. Sometimes, even a simple family dinner is worth more than any gift. Do you know what this shows? That you're a mature guy who knows what he wants and values deeper things. Women love that because men like this are rare. You stop being just another guy and become someone memorable. Now, the best part of all? Creating memories together. Decorating a Christmas tree, spending hours laughing while you try and fail miserably, to decorate cookies or walking through a Christmas market. Small moments you share turn into stories she'll never forget. And when next Christmas comes around, guess who'll pop into her mind? That's right, the guy who knew how to turn something simple into a unique memory. In the middle of this chaotic world, where everyone is glued to their phones, a man who's truly present makes all the difference. And Christmas is the best time for you to show that you know how to really be there. I'm not talking about sitting next to her like a wax statue, but about giving her your full attention, listening to what she says, and connecting with the moment. This ability is what turns a simple date into something unforgettable. And you can bet, being the guy who gets her will put you light years ahead of the others. Picture the scene, you're at a Christmas party, everyone's distracted, staring at their phones, and you're focused on her, paying attention to what she says, and asking questions that make her eyes light up. What was the most special Christmas of your life? Or if you could spend Christmas anywhere in the world, where would it be? Boom! You've created a moment of real connection, while the others didn't even realize what happened. And that, my friend, she'll remember. Do you know another situation where your presence is golden? When she's going through an uncomfortable moment. It could be that annoying aunt or a boring conversation at the party. With an inside joke or a light comment, you become her escape valve. If small talk had a winner, he just took the trophy. Done. She laughs, the mood shifts, and your presence becomes synonymous with comfort and lightness. Guess who she'll want to be around more often? Exactly. Being the perfect gift has nothing to do with giving expensive things, but with showing that you have something no other guy can offer. Total attention. At Christmas, a time of unity and heightened emotions, this skill is irresistible. Women quickly notice when you're 100% there, and that makes them feel special. When she thinks about that moment, she'll smile and know for sure, this guy really gets me, and at that point, my friend, the game is won. Do you know what makes an invitation irresistible? The way you present it. Christmas, with its unique atmosphere, is the perfect excuse to create plans that are out of the ordinary and make her count the minutes until the moment arrives. Forget that vague, let's go out someday. Be creative, specific, and use your imagination. The secret is in sparking mental images and with them, the feeling of, wow, this is going to be amazing. The more she imagines, the more she thinks of you. For example, instead of saying, want to go out, say something like, Friday night, the city will be all lit up. I want to take you to see the Christmas market lights, have some hot chocolate, and pick out the most beautiful tree. Deal. This invitation plays like a movie scene in her head. She's already imagining you two walking, laughing, and enjoying the vibe, and that builds up excitement on its own. Result? She'll spend the whole day thrilled, counting down the hours until she sees you. And how about adding a surprise touch? Plan something simple, but with a detail she wouldn't expect. It could be an improvised game like Guess the Christmas Song or a stop at a cafe you know she loves. Little touches like this show that you thought about the date, which, believe it or not, is rare. Plus, you become the unpredictable and interesting guy. Two qualities that mess with her emotions and keep you in her mind for a long time. Finally, don't let the date end there. Say something like, this was just the beginning. I'm already thinking about what else we can get up to this winter. This plants the seed that time with you always brings something special. Building anticipation is a skillful game, and when done right, each date becomes something she'll remember and want to repeat. Who doesn't want a little Christmas magic with someone who knows how to play the game well? Want to know how to stay on her mind, even when you're not around? Use words to your advantage. During Christmas, even a simple message carries extra weight, and if you nail the tone, light, playful, with a dash of charm, she won't forget it. The trick is to be creative and avoid the obvious. Forget that basic good morning or how's it going. The idea is to make her stop, smile, and think about you in the middle of her routine. For example, instead of a generic text, send something like, I passed by a store full of Christmas decorations and started wondering which ornament you'd pick for our tree. It seems simple, but look at what you've done. You planted a mental image, created a partnership vibe, and still made her smile. It's light, unexpected, and carries a subtle charm that makes her curious. She'll respond with that excited tone, and just like that, you've set the mood. Another great move is to tap into her emotional side, but without overdoing it. Something like, you know what I realized? Christmas is that time that reminds us of what really matters. And I'd say meeting someone interesting is part of that. You're not being clingy or overly direct, but you're leaving a powerful message in the air. This kind of phrase stirs a woman's imagination and makes her think, was he talking about me? Spoiler, yes, she'll think of you. And of course, timing is everything. Don't be predictable. Send messages at unexpected moments, like at night when you see something funny or Christmassy that reminds you of her. This creates the element of surprise, and she never knows when she'll get a text from you. The result? She starts waiting for your messages, and when she realizes you haven't sent anything, she feels that absence. That's when you win, when she realizes that the simple fact of you not being around already makes a difference. Presence sometimes lies in words. Christmas is practically the Cupid of the year, the perfect season for romance to arise naturally, without forcing it. The magic is already in the air with the lights, music, and that movie-like vibe. Your mission? Take advantage of this atmosphere to create moments that seem simple but remain etched in her memory. You don't need grand gestures. Just know how to set the scene with lightness, spontaneity, and a touch of charm. Sometimes it's the subtlest details that make all the difference. Think of an ice skating rink. It's effortlessly romantic. And the magic isn't in getting it right on the ice, but in the spontaneous moments. That slip that turns into laughter, touching her arm to help her balance, followed by a knowing glance and hot coffee afterward. These kinds of situations turn an ordinary day into something special. Women love when a guy allows himself to be light and present in the moment. Believe me, it's in settings like this that the sweetest memories are created. Another idea? Turn the traditional into something just for the two of you. Inviting her to decorate a Christmas tree might seem simple, but you add a special twist by saying, the rule is to share a fun fact or story for each ornament we hang. Besides being fun, this naturally brings you closer. Interactions like this show that you're creative and that her company inspires you. Women value men who know how to turn the ordinary into something unique. Finally, never underestimate the power of well-placed silence. Sometimes, the most romantic moment is when you're just together, quietly admiring the Christmas lights from a city viewpoint or sharing a beautiful view. In those pauses, the connection between you two speaks louder than any words. She'll feel the mood, the magic, and when she remembers that moment, the image in her mind will be of you. Creating romance like this is a surefire way to leave a mark on her story. The end of the year has that vibe of renewal, of new beginnings. And if you play your cards right, you can use this to leave such a strong impression that she'll start 2025 thinking about you. The secret? Planting a subtle suggestion of continuity, something that makes her imagine a future where you're present. You don't have to be direct or overdo it. A light but intentional phrase is enough to plant the seed in her mind. For example, at the end of an incredible date, say something like, "This year was already great, but I have a feeling the next one will be even more interesting. Who knows what we might get up to together." Simple, confident, and intriguing. You didn't promise anything, but you left the idea hanging that great things could happen. This kind of comment sticks in her head because it sparks curiosity. And who wouldn't want to know what lies ahead with someone so engaging? Another master trick is to reinforce a specific memory after the holidays. Send a message that highlights a special moment you shared, like, "Remember that laugh you had when we got lost yesterday? That alone made my year." I hope 2024 brings more moments like that. This works because it connects the moment you shared to the future. She'll read it, smile, and think, yeah, being with him really was different. You end up becoming her fondest memory of the holiday season. And don't think closing the year on a high note requires a grand gesture. What really makes the difference is the intention behind what you say or do. Show that you value the moments, that you understand what truly matters, and that you're ready for new stories. When she looks back on Christmas and the holidays, your name will be tied to a feeling of lightness, connection, and joy. And without even realizing it, she'll start the new year with you as the leading character in her thoughts. Have you ever caught yourself imagining what it would be like to have the total attention of that seemingly unattainable woman? And what if there were a simple yet powerful way to turn that fantasy into reality without changing who you are or pretending to be someone you're not? The obsession method isn't another empty promise. It's a proven method used by thousands of men who, like you, have tasted the bitter feeling of rejection. With techniques rooted in cutting-edge psychological studies, this method will make her feel such a strong and genuine connection that she won't want to be anywhere else but with you. Now think about it. Do you want to keep seeing this woman in another guy's arms, or do you want to be the man she chooses, the one she dreams about, and the one she can't get out of her head? With the obsession method, you'll have the secret to awakening the deep, uncontrollable desire that all women carry. Just check out the first comment on this video. And if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel and take the opportunity to watch the next one playing on the screen.